my surprise, Alan Chambers tells me he believes that everyone I've met on this journey can get there together.
Is there condemnation for those who are in Christ? There's not. There are people out there who are living a gay Christian life, active gay Christian life. God's the one who called them and has their heart. And they are in a relationship with him. And do I believe that they'll be in heaven with me? I do. If they have a relationship with Jesus Christ, they will. We serve that kind of God who says, come to me as you are. His love is unconditional. He wants our heart more than he wants anything else.
Conversation. I want to hear what your story is. So I want to give you a chance to share a short version of your story if you're well, then we'll talk.
Well, I asked Justin before we started if we could have martinis and cigarettes here because I think I need one right about now. But I feel like that would be more accepted here than it might be at the Exodus conference.
You might be surprised, Alan. I don't know if you've met some of the folks at the Exodus conference.
Well, I probably have had martinis and well, maybe not a cigarette with you guys, but anyway, let's get back to the story. Really, honestly, thank you very much for letting me sit up here. And invading your space. I realize that I represent a lot of things to so many of you, and some of you are my friends, and some of you probably wish you would have never seen me in your life. And I get that, and so thanks for having me. Thank you, Justin, for allowing me to be here, inviting me to be here. I appreciate it. The reason I am here is because Justin and I have had a number of conversations, and I honestly trust him, and I honestly like him, and I honestly believe that he loves Jesus, and that we are brothers in Christ, and we will spend eternity together. And because of that, the thing that brought me here first and foremost is we're Christians, all of us. We may have diverging viewpoints on a number of different things, from politics to sexuality to you name it, but the thing that brings us together, the thing that causes us to even want to have this dialogue or need to have this dialogue is the fact that we all love Jesus. We all serve him. We serve the very same God and believe very different things.
this is problematic because it seems like Exodus, or at least the member ministries, are promising people that they're going to change, or leading people to believe that they're being promised change, and that change isn't happening. Do you feel like that's a fair criticism of Exodus?
I think it's a fair criticism from the past. If there are member ministries today that are promising something that I'm not aware that they're promising, I would want to know some specifics. I hear a lot of generalities, but I value specifics. And that's something that does concern me, because the fact of the matter is, and I feel like I've been very upfront and clear, both in the media, at conferences, anytime I have the opportunity to write about it, about the fact that I believe the slogan "change is possible." For those of us who are Christians, we understand that when you do come into a relationship with Christ, all sorts of things are possible. The majority of people that I have met, and I would say the majority meaning 99.9% of them, have not experienced a change in their orientation, or have gotten to a place where they could say that they could never be tempted or are not tempted in some way, or experience some level of same-sex attraction. I think that there is a gender issue there. There are some women who have challenged me and said, well, that my orientation or my attractions have changed completely. Those have been few and far between. The vast majority of people that I know do still experience some level of same-sex attraction. And so that's something, I think I can't be any clearer about that. I think I can't be any clearer about that. I'm very willing to share that from my own journey. Exodus is a big organization with a diverse membership. There are, and always have been, and John and Wendy and Jeremy can attest to this, many points of tension and conflict and debate over those types of things. I hope that we are coming to a place where we are a much more honest group of people. That when we talk about change is possible, that we're very, very clear about what change really means in our lives.
Other panelists want to chime in on this before I respond?
Alan, what about the fact that there's just so much baggage with that slogan? Because you can parse it and say we don't mean orientation change by a change is possible slogan. But I'd wager that 99.9% of the people who hear it associate it with the concept of reorientation.
Yeah. But we're not using change is possible as a slogan anymore. And when we're at conferences, and I've been doing this for years, and John can attest to that because we did it at Love One Out, the word or the phrase change is possible comes up at every event, and I'm very, very clear to say we used change is possible for so many years, and it was used on me, and we used it, and I think the people who used it wanted it to mean something more than it did. I think we used it in hopes that it would mean what we were sharing. We don't use that phrase anymore. When we talk about change is possible, it is from the standpoint that we're saying we use this phrase for many, many years, and this is what it actually means, and this is what it actually doesn't mean.
Has there been an apology for the use of the phrase? because it did incredibly negatively impact a lot of folks. And it's one thing to say we don't use it anymore, for which we can say, yay. But, you know, there's like 30 years of history of using it. So that doesn't disappear because in 2010, 11, and 12, we're not using it.
Yeah, and that's a great point. You know, I am sorry that is something that we use. And when we talk about that at conferences, that is something that we do say. This is something that we regret very much being ambiguous about, because I don't think ambiguity with this subject is helpful. So that is something that we're very, very sorry about, as all of you, I would imagine, are as well. So. Are as well. So
I appreciate that, and I certainly, I think our goal here is not at all, let's, you know, put Alan on the spot and gang up on him.
Yes, it is. Come on. I mean, we might have martinis later, but come on.
But,
this is a martini, by the way.
I was told.
See, isn't this fun? Please don't tell anybody I'm here.
Too late. Too late. So if you're watching this video on YouTube right now, we will help support you in living a holy, celibate life as a gay Christian. We would be thrilled with that. We could be partners, you know. And I think that
we're merging, by the way.
Right, so special announcement.
Will there be room in the future for people connected with Exodus to be able to openly describe themselves as gay without it being problematic?
Yeah, and there might be people who are already there, who do describe themselves that way. I don't know. I don't think it's the descriptor or the label that leads to inclusion or exclusion from the ministry of Exodus. I won't say it wouldn't be challenging, because it would be challenging, but we live in a messy world, and the church is no different. And, you know, I think, again, it lends itself to a longer conversation.
So, the main issue is we feel like there's dishonesty about what options are available to gay people, and we would like for Exodus to be honest. And if you can't use the word gay to mean same-sex attracted, to at least say when you use it, P.S. we're using this differently than everybody else.
And I think that's something that I do, and that we are beginning to do more often. I'm not saying that we shouldn't do it. We don't have a ways to go. But when it comes to the issue of gay, I'm very honest about the fact that I have same-sex attractions.
You have that.
I can't make other people do that. We can make them feel very uncomfortable if they don't. You know what I mean? But I think that's something that we try to be very honest about. I can't tell every organization, every ministry. I wish I ran Starbucks. I really, really do. I mean, I wish every ministry was the same, and we all said things the same way and did things the same way and presented ourselves the same way. We don't have that luxury. If I was starting Exodus today, it would be very different than it is. But we have what we have. So all I can be is honest and lead in that kind of way, which I think I am and have been doing.
You have control over the Exodus website, though, and the Exodus website uses the language that way too. So I'm saying, I don't think. I mean, I think we've made the points.
Yeah.
But the easy question is, we were talking earlier about Exodus not using change is possible anymore, and somebody wrote and wanted to know what is Exodus's current slogan. Do you have one? Do you have a slogan?
Life is messy. No.
I wish that would be a great slogan. I would totally vote for that one.
And if you guys have honest suggestions, feel free to send them. I listen to everybody. So, if anybody wants to volunteer their time to go through the website and we can have a dialogue about the things that are struggles.
Well, don't think I won't. I will keep prodding.
Yeah.
In our many conversations. And this is the toughest. I mean, he and I, we have some nice conversations, don't we? We've had some good ones. So thank you. And thank you to all of you, and thank you to all of you.